This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade it now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. This is Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson. Folks, we're coming to you from Rocky Mount High School, and we're going right on. Rocky Mount's onside to open the football game. Oh, Central picking it up around the 40-yard line. And 22 took a shot when he picked up the ball. That's Sabrion Gibson. And, folks, we are underway. It is Thursday night, folks. As you know, a hurricane's kind of about to come through town. So this ball game moved up from Friday night. So we are kind of catching it all last minute. But, folks, we have got the ball game for you guys. Rocky Mount, Nash Central. Here we go, folks. The last time we saw Nash Central, they were upsetting the heavily favored Southern Nash Firebirds. And tonight they take on Rocky Mount in another battle of the 3A, 2A ranks here in the Big East Conference. Javaris Jones with that carry over right side for Nash Central. And Luke, this is our last rodeo, man, and we got a little comfortable up here in our nice little press box. We may have forgotten to do a pregame show, but hey, folks, here we are.
A tough run there by Javaris Jones, and that's exactly what this Central team is tough. We saw them beat Southern Nash on their home field.
Hand off, going left side, looking for some running room, slipping a tackle. That's number 6, Dominique Whitehead. Whitehead going to get out to about the 48-yard line. Will bring up a third down for Central. And I think we're still a little in shock of what we saw a few weeks ago, Luke, when Nash Central went over to Southern Nash and basically took the game to the Firebirds that night and came out with the W.
Yeah, in shock and impressed. I mean, we were both very impressed with the intensity with which the Bulldogs played that entire game.
They're a solid, solid football team. And up the middle, that's going to be enough for the first down. Isaiah Drawn, playing out of that fullback slot, takes up the middle. He's having enough for the first down. Ball into Griffon territory out the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, and, of course, Golden Corral. Big thanks to those game sponsors tonight. Toss, sweep coming right side. Javaris Jones trying to get to the corner. He does. And he'll be out at the 40. We're going to put him, looks like, right on the 40-yard line. Jason Battle about 3-4 yards out onto the field. He is not happy with something his defense just did.
Yeah, another tough run by number 5, Javaris Jones. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns on the season, so expect a lot of production out of Jones tonight.
2nd down and 4 coming up for the Bulldogs. Folks, we expect to see a very ground-based game tomorrow. It is some windy conditions out here. Toss, sweep, going around left side, trying to get the corner. Getting the corner is James Rogers. And Rogers, we saw how dangerous a ball carrier he was against Southern Nash. He turned on the wheels, made the corner, and got the big gain for Nash Central. Bulldogs are in business. 9:26 to go here in the first quarter. No score. This is the opening drive of the game. And Nash Central looking to pick up where they left off the last time we saw them.
Yeah, a problem Southern Nash had against this Bulldog team was sealing the edge against guys like James Rogers. So if the Griffons want to win, they've got to seal that edge.
Hand off up the middle. Not going to get much of anything there for Javaris Jones. Jones may have actually lost a yard on that carry.
Yeah, talking about James Rogers, I remember when we saw them play Southern Nash, I think I said he's the fastest, at least fastest looking player I've ever seen.
Oh, he does. It looks like he just explodes.
Very quick.
Play fake. Going deep. Oh, through the hands of a Griffon defender. That was Devare Wilkes. Tyquan Jones was going deep. There was a flag down on the play. Believe it's a face mask against Nash Central. Oh, okay. It is a
face mask against the Bulldogs.
Okay, a face mask against Nash Central. You don't usually see that called against an offensive team.
Something we did see a lot against Southern Nash was that Nash Central took a lot of penalties against the Firebirds and somehow still managed to win. So don't be surprised to see them highly penalized tonight. Also, I kind of like the pass play call there when we certainly weren't expecting it.
No, just wasn't a very good throw from Jones. Inside handoff, trying to get outside, not going to get anything is Dominique Whitehead. He'll lose a couple of yards on that, and right now Rocky Mount pushing Nash Central backwards. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Ball back at the 34-yard line. Griffons have been on this drive. They're looking to get them off the field. Jones rolls out. Jones has a man come from behind. Sack from behind. Ball's loose. I believe he was down already. Don't think it's going to be a fumble. But a huge sack coming backside with that pressure was Jaden Norwood, the outside linebacker. Norwood comes up with the sack ball all the way back at the 45-yard line. It is 4th and next week for Central, and they're going to have to punt it away. Good job by the Rocky Mount defense to bow their necks and force Central to have to punt it away. Carson Tadlock going to be the punter. And Tadlock doesn't like the numbers he's seeing on the field. Central having to run in a late one. And Central's got to get this off. 5 seconds. They're having to run multiple guys on. That's going to be a false start. And Rocky Mount can almost take this as a free play because they're going to have the opportunity to make him repunt. And with that starting field position, I'd definitely have him repunt. Central was running players on, trying to get 11 on the field.
Yeah, not sure what the miscommunication was there. We do always see, it seems like at the beginning of the game, a lot of careless mistakes from teams just trying to get those early game jitters out. That seemed like maybe a coaching mistake.
Guys forgetting they're on the punt team. And the officials trying to figure everything out going on here.
Yeah, as we saw this Rocky Mount team, our first game of the season against Tarboro, who is a perennial powerhouse, and I think both of us kind of thought, though Rocky Mount, didn't have a great showing in that game, that they looked like a team with a ton of potential. And this is the second time we've seen them since then, so I'm excited to see kind of the changes they've made along the way.
Well, they came back the next week, beat a ranked Northeastern out of Elizabeth City team. Rocky Mount turned around and won 3 straight, and then in their last outing, lost to Bunn. Which, don't get me wrong, it sounds like Bunn's a pretty strong squad this year, but that was still one of those shockers. It's like, wait a minute, they lost to one of the 2As. But then you look at the game we were at where Southern Nash turned around and lost to Nash Central. So maybe that was just the recipe for the season, is we're going to have some shockers in the Big East. I have no idea what's taking so long to figure this out. I guess they're going to give Jason Battle the option of a repunt, a 5-yard penalty and replay the down, which, I have no idea why you wouldn't. Because I don't want to start the 11-yard line if I can help it. Now, something to keep in mind, Tadlock is kicking with the wind at his back in the quarter. And that, that wind tonight, folks, I mean, we're having gusts up around 25 to 30 miles an hour. That could play some havoc in this game with the kicking games. So that's something we're going to have to keep our eye on is, you play field position. Do you have the wind at your back or are you kicking into the wind? Throwing the ball, if it's at your back, that might have been a reason we saw Central try to take a shot earlier with Jones with the wind at his back. So,
yeah, I think as you said, it looks like they're going to make a call here.
It'd be nice. A personal foul against Rocky Mount. Oh, goodness.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Nash Central and personal foul against the Griffons.
So, okay. I think it was an illegal shift against Central. Once again, they were running guys on late, which in all honesty should have just killed the play immediately.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's basically a false start. So why didn't the play... And then with the penalty, Rocky Mount ends up losing yardage.
On the 6-yard line.
Rocky Mount must have been a dead ball penalty. Okay. Folks, I gave up trying to figure out high school officiating a long time ago. All right, Griffons on the attack. Ooh, handoff left side, and Nash Central swarming to the football. Ball carrier was Elijah Battle, number 5 for the Griffons. Stephon Jones is the quarterback for Rocky Mount. We're going to see what Jones is able to do tonight. He is throwing into the wind here in the first quarter. Rocky Mountain likes to mix that passing game in with their running. How effective are they going to be tonight? Griffons blue jerseys, white pants, the blue helmet. And off right side, and that's going absolutely nowhere. Central mobbing the Griffons up front. It looks like he actually picked up a yard or two, but
not a surprise. We saw what this Central defense did to Southern Nash, and I think everyone was kind of shocked. And there's a guy I talked about a lot when we saw Central, number 12, D'Angelo Johnson. He plays defensive end. He plays tight end, 6'1", 230. He's going to be around pretty much every tackle. He's a big guy. He's going to get through to the quarterback. That was a lot of the problem we saw with Rocky Mount against Tarboro, is their quarterback didn't have a lot of time. So we're hoping the big men up front can give Stephon Jones a little more time tonight.
Central really good up front in that game that we saw. Toss sweep, trying to get outside, looking for some running room. That's going to be Davari Wilkes.
Around the left end.
And it looks like Wilkes is going to be short of the first down.
Tackle made by Oliver Bellahone.
So Rocky Mount, once again, I don't really know what happened with the whole penalty situation there. All right, so now we really get to take a look at this, what the field position is going to be, because Rocky Mount punting into the wind.
Christian Buck back to punt.
And young Christian Buck, the sophomore kicker from Rocky Mount, he's got it. Oh, it's blocked! It's blocked! Central's up with it!
Yes,
Put 6 on the board, Bulldog fans. That is a Nash Central touchdown. Number 22, Sebrion Gibson on the return, caught it in the air.
Brian Gibson with a block and touchdown.
And that entire sequence for Rocky Mount could not have gotten much worse.
Yeah, a strange penalty led to poor field positioning and just not a good drive. And just an all-around bad set of downs for the Griffons.
All right. So that was interesting. John William Bullock sets up for the extra point. Snap is there. Kick is on the way. It is good with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Nash Central strikes first. 7-0. The Bulldogs lead the Griffons of Rocky Mount. We'll be back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It, now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh them and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the Lifetime Care Promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil, check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Folks, welcome everyone back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson coming to you from the press box at Rocky Mount High School. Rocky Mount Nash Central is the game of the week. Folks, we're moving this up to a Thursday night due to the impending Hurricane Ian moving up the southern coast. So we're playing Thursday night football in a very steady breeze. And Nash Central, with the breeze at their back, 2 good kicks have already made a difference in this first quarter. And that kickoff has Rocky Mount pinned back at about the 19-yard line. And right now, Central taking advantage of the opportunities they've been given, Luke.
It's something we talked about a lot in the game against Southern Nash is I think we just have to give Central more credit. I mean, we saw them at 2-1 against a 3-0 Southern Nash team, who's a very good team. And now Central's sitting at 4-1, you know, playing their best football.
All right, Jones is back out. Rocky Mount 3 and out on their first drive. And quickly going nowhere. That is the guy you highlighted, D'Angelo Johnson, all in the backfield. Rocky Mount running back never had a chance. Silver was the ball carrier. He's hit as soon as he took the ball, and he's driven backwards. Loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, I've talked about it many times in games we've seen. If you've got that big guy that can play defensive end and tight end, that is just an invaluable player on your team.
And he's actually playing through the middle right now. He's playing that A-gap. Handoff, Rocky Mount looking for room. Rocky Mount's getting absolutely no push up front. Isaiah Silver, another carry. He might have got back to the original line on that one.
Yeah, I go back to the Southern game a lot just because, you know, how do you beat this Nash Central defense that seems to be pretty dominant? They force Southern to throw the ball, I think, a lot more than they were comfortable doing. So, unfortunately, with the wind here tonight, Rocky Mount might need to air it out a bit.
They might just have to wait to do it in the second quarter. Jones, bad snap. Ball on the ground. Rocky Mount recovers it.
Recovered by the Griffons. It's 4th down.
And another 3 and out. And Rocky Mount going to have to punt this one away.
Binkley is deep for the Bulldogs. Christian Buck.
All right, Christian Buck. He's got a little more room this time. He was punting out of his own end zone the last time. Let's see if Rocky Mount gets a little better. They do. Buck gets it off. Wow, the wind absolutely killed that ball. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And, I mean, it did not look like Christian Buck didn't get anything on that ball. It looked like it came off his foot pretty well. It just died as soon as it got in the air.
Yeah, I'm looking at the flag at the end of the end zone here, and it looks like that wind is pushing pretty brutally. So I feel sorry for the punters and kickers going against the wind tonight.
But, man, if it's at your back, that average is really going to take a bump. All right, so Central back on the field now. Their first drive was moving pretty successfully until Rocky Mount able to make a couple of big plays. Handoff going around left side. That's Whitehead. Whitehead will be tackled at about the 31-yard line. Let's put him at the 30-yard line.
Dominic Whitehead's the ball carrier.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Tackled by Wilt.
Second down, 3:15 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Nash Central leading Rocky Mount. Big thanks to JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, and, of course, Golden Corral, your game sponsors for tonight. Handoff, that's Jones. And Jones looks like no gain on the play. So third down.
Tackle made by Isaiah Silver.
All right, so big third down coming up now for Rocky Mount. If these two teams are able to keep it close, that field position, that the special teams are going to have a big say in tonight's game. And Chris Lee wants to talk about this third down. He'll take a timeout. We'll take it with him.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade it now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Out of the timeout, third down and 7 for Nash Central. 2:25 mark in the first quarter. Bulldogs are going to keep the drive alive. Toss sweep, coming to the right. That's Rogers. Rogers, fast as lightning. He's going to be out to about the 24-yard line. I don't think he's going to have enough for the first down. Looks like he's going to be maybe a yard short.
Tackle made by number 44, Joe Lewis.
And it will be fourth down. James Rogers, sophomore, 5'8", 150 pounds. Every time Rogers takes the ball, he looks like a bullet being shot out of a gun. Fantastic ball carrier for Central. Isaiah Drawn is the fullback. Rogers and Jones are the wings. Rocky Mount showing the blitz up front, and Griffin's going to jump on fourth down.
Offsides against the Griffons. That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Offside against Rocky Mount. As a defensive lineman, watch the ball. Forget the snap count. You're not playing the snap count. You're playing the ball.
Yeah, they made it easy there for Nash Central instead of them having to actually go for it.
First down, Central. Rogers firing to the outside. There's going to be a flag. Rogers puts his head down. He'll fire forward. He'll have it up on the ground for the first down. That looks like it's going to be back in a holding zone.
Rogers, the ball carrier. There's a flag on the play.
And that's exactly what's going to be holding against Nash Central. So that really nice gain on first down ends up being about an 8-yard loss. And it will be a repeat of first down for Central. Clock runs under a minute to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Central leading Rocky Mount. And Rocky Mount, they're trying to time that snap count.
Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be a false start against the Bulldogs. So they end up losing 5 more yards. Ball spot all the way back at the 30-yard line. Line to gain is the 9. Still first down for Nash Central. Handoff going right side. That's Jones. Jones turns upfield. He'll get a couple of yards. Looked like he was going to get away, but at the last moment, Taquan Williams, the linebacker, able to wrap him up, take him down. And if Central don't want to, they don't have to run another play here in the quarter.
Taquan Williams made the stop. It is second down and about 20.
Central up the line, but the quarter will run out. So 1 quarter in the books here from Rocky Mount High School. It's Nash Central 7, Rocky Mount 0. Big thanks, of course, to tonight's game sponsors.
It's the end of the first quarter with a score. Nash Central 7.
Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral. Folks, this is the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be back with second quarter action here on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil and check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, 3rd generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Welcome back on the JR's Maintenance High School football game of the week. 1 quarter in the books from Rocky Mount High School, and the host Griffons find themselves trailing the Nash Central Bulldogs by a score of 7-0. Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson bringing you the action tonight. Some Thursday night football, because forget the NFL. Still on his feet, Whitehead trying to get outside. He's not going to get much of anything on that second down play. Central, a pair of penalties have them backed up. I think he's going to lose a yard. Ball back to the 29. It's going to be 3rd and, what do you want to call this, Luke? 3rd and 20?
Sounds about right. Yeah, I like what Rocky Mount's doing here defensively, trying to get to the backfield quickly. Because as we've said before, guys like James Rogers are tough to catch on the outside, so you got to get him before he gets out there.
Rocky Mount's known more for their speed, but even they're not trying to mess with James Rogers too much. Speaking of Rogers, he goes right side. Rogers, ball's loose. Rocky Mount's up with it.
On the play, recovered by the Griffon.
On the recovery for Rocky Mount, that is 44, Joe Lewis, the linebacker.
Lewis with the recovery.
Rogers took about 3 steps to his right. He got hit by 2 Griffons. Ball popped out. Lewis able to come down with it. And there is a turnover. So each team have now lost one in this game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Rocky Mount's got to do, as we talked about earlier. You have to cut off that edge. You could see James Rogers looking for that outside route there, and he didn't have it, so it was forced to go inside and was met by a Griffon defender.
All right, 1st and 10, Rocky Mount. 11:05 to go in the second quarter. Jones looking to throw, throws over, has a receiver out in the flat. Nice looking play to Elijah Battle out of the backfield. That's going to pick up about 9 yards for Rocky Mount. He'll to bring up 2nd down. And look at that. As soon as Rocky Mount gets the ball with the wind at their back, suddenly they're starting to put it up a little bit. Central has been swarming the Rocky Mount run game.
Yeah, I think that was a great play call. It gets Jones kind of out of the pocket, moving away from defenders and passing with the wind at your back.
Jones under center. He's got 2 in the back, and he's got a wing. Handoff coming around right side. Big hole. Running through it is Isaiah Silver. Silver's going to have the 1st down out to midfield. And for the first time tonight, the Rocky Mount offense showing a pulse.
Isaiah Silver with a great run there. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns this season. Been getting a lot of touches. Let's see if they can get a run game going.
Elijah Battle, Isaiah Silver's a nice little combination in the backfield. And off right side, Silver gets across the 50 up to about the 48-yard line.
Tackle made by Drone.
Isaiah Drawn, the linebacker from Central, getting in there, getting him around the legs and slowing him down. Gain of a couple on the play. Brings up 2nd down. Central running a player off, switching defensive lineman. Griffin's up the line, 5 seconds on the clock. They got to make something happen. Jones, handoff, Battle trying to go forward. He's going to get about 1.5 yards on that. He'll be just shy of the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down for Rocky Mount. Looked like Rocky Mount wasn't quite sure what they wanted to do on that play.
Yeah, when we saw Southern Nash play Nash Central, I felt like Southern Nash finally found some success in kind of doing what Central does, which is running to the outside and kind of beating the other team with speed. These guys up front for Central are really powerful, and it's hard to run up the middle on them.
3rd and 6. Toss, sweep going left side. That's Sam Strachan. Strachan explodes through a hole on the left side. And there are 2 flags down back near the line of scrimmage. Rocky Mount looks very frustrated. I'm guessing you can figure out what that most likely means.
And you hate to see that run get called back. We give a lot of shine to James Rogers for the Bulldogs, but number 23 for the Griffons turning on the heat there.
That was a really nice run by Strachan, who's listed as a linebacker.
Holding against the Griffons.
Oh, hold call against Rocky Mount. That's a killer, especially on 3rd down. Under 8 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Nash Central leading Rocky Mount. Jones bobbles the snap. Jones got to get rid of it. He throws. He's got a receiver. I believe it's Strachan again, still on his feet. He's going to be close. Oh, there's a late flag coming in. That may be a face mask against Nash Central.
Jones' pass is caught by DeMar J. Mitchell.
And it looks like it was DeMar J. Mitchell, number 6, out of the backfield. Flag is up near the first down line. It looks like Rocky Mount got enough for the first down on the play.
Great heads-up play by Stephon Jones there. I mean, he had a handful of Nash Central defenders in his face to be able to get that pass off successfully. Very impressive.
Good job by Mitchell to be the outlet.
80 the runner against the Griffons.
Penalty against Rocky Mount. Aiding the runner.
It is now 3rd down and 5.
I'll tell you, every time Jason Battle's got to be thinking every time the officials get together tonight, it's not good for him. All right, so it's 3rd down again somehow. Interesting. 3rd and 5, Jones, throw, caught! And a big first down for Rocky Mount, Bryson Phillips. The 6'2", 170-pound wide receiver comes up with that one. Was running a nice post route. Had to go upstairs. Jones had pressure coming off his backside. Stayed in the pocket, stood tall, made a good throw. And Rocky Mount has a huge first down.
And that's what you want to see from your senior quarterback there, being able to stay in the pocket right when he knows he's about to get hit and deliver a pretty good pass.
Ball down the 27-yard line as we approach 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Toss coming right side. That is Strachan again. Ball comes loose on the way down, but I believe Strachan was down.
That's the rest of the ball carrier. Elijah Harrison on the tackle.
Just Strachan looking like a very powerful running back for the Griffons. A guy, I don't know if we saw him run the ball in that first game we saw Rocky Mount play.
I don't believe he did either. Picks up 12 on that first down, Rocky Mount. He carried the ball once very impressively. That was the hold call, and this second time a really nice run. Rocky Mount. It says Rocky Mount. They have athletes.
Yeah, a guy, like you said, listed as an inside linebacker, so if he can run the ball well, I'd keep him in.
And Strachan right side, looking for some running room. He'll pick up a few yards.
He's out of bounds. The ball is about the 12.5-yard line.
Oh, wow. Where are they spotting this ball? All right, gain of a couple on the play. All right, at this part of the field, if Rocky Mount wants to do something, you've got the big receiver, Bryson Phillips, and single coverage on the outside. Something to keep in mind. Jones keeps. Jones trying to go around the right side. He may have lost a yard. Flag is down on the play.
Made by Wilkerson.
And I'm glad to see Steph Jones getting up. It looked like he went down a little awkward, but he is up. Looks like just trying to flex that knee a little bit. And the officials will delegate. This always has an interesting end result to it. Clock stop 6:14. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. Of course, the Small Shops Mall on Sunset Avenue. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard. And a personal foul face mask against Nash Central. So that works out for Rocky Mount, and they will have the first down. Of course, the Golden Corral on North Wesleyan Boulevard. And, of course, folks, our title sponsor, JR's Maintenance, proud to support all the student athletes. So after the penalty, ball out to the 7-yard line. Rocky Mount inside the 10. They've got first and goal. I'm guessing it's first down after that penalty, but the stick out on the sideline is not saying it.
He is down to the 3-yard line.
Carry on first down to the 3-yard line. And Jones is not looking very comfortable walking around out there, folks. It looked like he went down awkwardly on that run. He popped back up pretty quickly. Okay, so it looks like it was actually second down. I thought it was a personal foul on the face mask, though, which should have been a first down.
I did too.
But it looks like Rocky Mount just picked up a first down on the run. So first and goal from the 3. Handoff right side. Silver unable to get in. Good job by the Central defensive line to stand them up.
Harrison has a stop for the Bulldogs.
We'll bring up second down.
I'd like to see them go back to number 23, Sam Strachan here, a tough guy who's made a handful of tough runs on this drive. Give him the rock again and let him go straight up the middle. This has been quite a long drive for the Griffons. You got to think the Central defense is getting a little gassed.
And officials stop and play for the moment. It looks like they're gonna talk again, folks. While they talk, we're gonna take. Well, tell you what, nope. Let's stay right here. Looks like it's only going to be a quick talk. It's trying to figure out if the McDonald's across the road is going to be open when the game's over tonight. They can use my app if they need to get the points. Jones, keeper, fires forward.
Quarterback keeper on the play by Stephon Jones.
Put 6 on the board, Griffon fans. That's a Rocky Mount touchdown. Stephon Jones from 2 yards out, and Rocky Mount are an extra point away from tying up this ball game.
To meet in this battle in Paris.
Good physical ending to this drive by Rocky Mount, Luke.
Yeah, I love that drive there. We saw a lot of grit from the Griffons on that whole drive. A lot of guys getting a lot of good touches and running. Again, we said the one thing about this Central team is that they are a tough team. So for the Griffons to do that drive right there, very impressed.
Christian Buck's extra point is on the way. It is good. 4:34 to go in the first half. Rocky Mount 7, Nash Central 7. We'll be back with the conclusion of the second quarter on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade it now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh them and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil, check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
All right, folks, we're back on the JR's Maintenance High School football game of the week. Rocky Mount Nash Central tied up at 7, and another pooch kick. That ball almost. Oh, Rocky Mount were so close. Shamar J. Mitchell, I think his fingers may have grazed that football. Folks, Rocky Mount, if you haven't figured it out, they're not just really onside kicking. That's just how they kick off.
Yeah, it's an aggressive thing to do, but I don't hate it. You know, again, we've said this Central team is very tough, super aggressive, and they're not going to let off the whole game. So I like it being matched by the Griffons.
Well, I think, too, Rocky Mount just doesn't really trust their kickoff game. I think that's more what it is than anything. You know, Christian Buck, we've seen him. He's a good kicker, but not handling kickoff duties. Handoff right side, Jones. He's going to fall forward for about a yard gain out to the 41-yard line. Clock runs. We're under 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Nash Central 7, Rocky Mount 7. And off, coming around left side, Whitehead. Whitehead slips a tackle, still on his feet. He's going to be up near midfield. And should be enough for a first down.
It is third and about 1.
Okay, yeah, I thought that spot was at midfield, which is where the first down line was. Okay. You know, we saw some strange little spots a few weeks ago at Southern Nash against Nash Central as well. Oh, boy.
Maybe we need to get our eyes checked.
No, I'm going to blame the refs, actually. Over left side. Drawn, picking up a few yards.
Isaiah Drawn, the ball carrier. Rebound tackler was Joshua Perkins.
He'll pick up 2 on the carry. Second down. Folks, it is homecoming at Rocky Mount, so we're going to have a homecoming court at halftime. I had to send a message to a good friend of the show, baseball Britt Johnson, the Rocky Mount class of 2002, which Britt was a member of, recognized tonight. Britt unable to make it to the ballgame. Handoff, Jones gets away from 1. He'll get some positive yardage. But whatever he got there was gravy because he looked dead to rights in the backfield for about half a second there.
Just continually impressed by the speed on this Nash Central team. Like you said, the Rocky Mount usually known for their speed, and they certainly have a ton of good athletes, but the speed of the Bulldogs really stands out to me, and they play extremely aggressively as well.
third down coming to be 3rd and 4. Rocky Mount looking to come with a big stop. 2 minutes left. We've got movement up front. Rocky Mount saying it was on Central. But maybe we should just convene and figure it out. I don't know. False start against Nash Central. We'll move the ball back to the 50-yard line. So 3rd and 10. Rogers trying to get outside, turns a corner. He's going to be short of the first down. Well, from where I saw him go to bounds, he's going to be short of the first down. Looks like he will be spotted about 2 yards short. Gain of 8.
Seems like they like to use James Rogers on 3rd down to try to get that first down. I'd love to see him just come out with that play call on 1st down.
And officials now coming over and talking to the Rocky Mount coaches. 4th down and 2. And guess we're going to get this figured out. I think they may have been adjusting the clock. All right, clock. Let's see, clock's not running yet. Minute 48, handoff up the middle, 1st down and more for Isaiah Drawn. Drawn, that was a powerful run up the middle.
Isaiah Drawn again the ball carrier.
Very impressive run, Luke.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of successful runs directly up the middle except that one there by Isaiah Drawn. And, of course, earlier we saw Sam Strachan have a few good, powerful runs up the middle. Both of these teams defensively have big dudes up the middle who don't allow a lot of yards.
And right as you say that, in the middle, playing the nose right now for Rocky Mount is Sam Strachan. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
And it's going to be a false start coming up against Central. So, how's it 1st and 10 after a false start? Rolling out, looking to throw back across his body. Incomplete pass from Tyquan Jones.
Jones' pass is incomplete.
All right, 2nd down coming up.
I was just about to say I don't think we'd seen the Bulldogs throw a pass tonight.
They did earlier. Down on the other end, they threw one on that first drive.
That
went for an incompletion. Right. All right, timeout on the field. Let's take it with them. Minute 10 to go in the 2nd quarter. 7-7, Rocky Mountain Nash Central.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It, now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone.
All right, second down for Central. Minute 10 to go. 2nd and 10. Direct snap to Javaris Jones. There's going to be a flag on the play. Let's see if this one gets marked off. False start against Nash Central. Now, Luke, if I know my rules of football, which I thought I did before this game started, they're going to move the ball back 5 yards.
That's what they teach you.
That's what I see on the TV every week.
We've seen a lot of false starts and offsides tonight. I think you can attribute some of that to these guys knowing they've got to get into the backfield on both sides with the speed at the running back position for each team.
You know, you'll recall a few weeks ago seeing this Nash Central team, as impressive as they were, they had a lot of penalties in that game. Toss. Jones trying to get outside. He's going to slip a tackle. That ball came out. Rocky Mount says they have it. And Griffons come up with the football. Jones puts it on the ground. Davari Wilkes, the free safety, coming up with it. And with 58 seconds left in the half, Central's second turnover of the night. Man, that would hurt when you were moving the ball pretty well. You were in decent territory. You had a chance to do something. Rocky Mount going to get the opening kickoff at the second half. Central would have really liked to have put some points on the board.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of drive we're going to see here from the Griffons. Obviously have the wind behind the throw if they want to go deep.
I believe Central down to – all right, Central only have one timeout. Rocky Mount have all three. Maybe if you want to take a shot, and if you don't connect on it, or just hand it off and pick up a big chunk of yards on first down. Good run by Rocky Mount to start it. 12-yard run by Silver. He'll have the first down, 51 seconds. Rocky Mount are hurrying up. Don't forget they do have all three of their timeouts. So if they can get a nice chunk play somewhere. Jones looking to throw. Jones, throw. Oh. A little behind Bryson Phillips. That'll bring up second down. I'm interested to see if Rocky Mount try to attack down the field. Central have backed up both of their safeties. And apparently a penalty against Rocky Mount. A delay of game. That wasn't a delay of game.
Second down and 15 after the penalty.
Oh, boy. All right, 41 seconds. Jones drops. Jones man his face. Throw. Caught by the bag out of the backfield. To Margie Mitchell. And it looks like Rocky Mountain is going to burn their first timeout. And they will do it. Timeout on the field. Rocky Mountain will take it with them.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade it now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone.
All right, folks, back out of the timeout. Third down play. Steph Jones rolling to his right. He's got some backside pressure. Throws it. Caught.
Jones' pass is
And it'll be enough for the first down, and it'll be a flag. I believe it's going to be a late hit coming up against Central. And just waiting for our call from the official. It will be personal foul against Central, so that'll have 15. Rocky Mount have the first down. They get 15 yards. 21 seconds left. Rocky Mount still with 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Nash Central through penalties and turning the ball over twice have given a lot of momentum to Rocky Mount tonight, and I'm interested to see if the Griffons can capitalize on that right here.
It's one thing to keep in mind. Both teams have scored their touchdown with the wind at their back. Griffons still have it here. There's a flag down.
on the play. Illegal procedure against the Griffon.
And a false start against Rocky Mount. We'll bat them up to the 38-yard line, 1st and 15. Honestly, right now, downs don't really make that much of a difference when you've got 21 seconds left. So. The first down does stop the clock. Low snap. Jones is in trouble. Jones rolling out. Jones has open field in front of him. He's over the 30. Jones takes a hit, keeps going.
Stephon Jones on the quarterback keeper.
He's going to be out near the 20-yard line. He's going to be at about the 21.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. I'm interested to see what that flag is. Stephon Jones absorbed a hit, picked up another 2-3 yards after it.
Really impressive run by the quarterback there. And you could see him going straight for the Nash Central defender, and like you said, just totally ate the hit.
I never saw the flag come out.
It was a pretty late flag. I'm assuming it's unsportsmanlike.
Penalty against Rocky Mount. I still haven't seen a call yet.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Griffon. It'll be a first down.
And apparently this has become an issue for Rocky Mount this year, been the unsportsmanlike penalties. I mean, you get a huge run from your quarterback who sells out for you, and then you get an unsportsmanlike penalty. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, in the second half, we need to see more disciplined football from both sides, really.
Steph Jones puts his body on the line for you, and then someone gets an unsportsmanlike. Jones throw, pass incomplete, broken up. Looking for battle.
Incomplete.
8 seconds remain in the half. So folks, with the wind at your back, you have a solid kicker in Christian Buck. I mean, you're not hitting from this distance. You're not setting up from this distance. With 8 seconds left, if Rocky Mount can pick up 10 or 15 yards, maybe. And it looks like Rocky Mount going to take a timeout with 8 seconds. We'll take it with them.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade it now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. the only one for everyone.
8 seconds to go. Rocky Mount, they still have a timeout remaining. Jones looking to throw. Got to get rid of it. Throws. Caught. 3-2. Stepping out of bounds with 1 second remaining is DeMarjay Mitchell. And there goes number 21, Christian Buck, out on the field. And that may have been exactly what Rocky Mount needed.
Yeah.
Buck's got the leg to get it from here. Andy's got the wind at his back.
Great play from Rocky Mount there and a great pass by Jones. When he's got a little time, to throw the ball, I've been impressed with his throws tonight.
Jones, a 3-year starter at Rocky Mount. He's got ability. He's shown the flashes before. Snap, hold, bad hold. Buck didn't get all of it. And the field goal is no good. We'll go to halftime with our score, Rocky Mount 7, Nash Central 7. A big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, the Small Shops Mall of Rocky Mount. Well, folks, we have a flag on the play. Go figure. And the flag is against Nash Central, so Rocky Mount going to get another shot at this. Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and, of course, JR's Maintenance. So, folks, we're going to have an untimed down.
Because of infraction by the defense.
All right, and after the penalty, that ball's going to be spotted at the 10-yard line. A personal foul against the Bulldogs. And now Buck going to have a second crack at this. Rocky Mount have time. They don't have to rush anything. And it looks like Nash Central going to take their final timeout with no time remaining in the first half. An untimed down. Chris Lee going to try to ice Christian Buck. Timeout on the field. All right, folks, so back out of the timeout. Buck. Be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. He's got the distance. It is good. Put 3 on the board, Griffon Vans. That is a Rocky Mount field goal. Christian Buck from 27 yards out, and the penalty comes back to burn Nash Central late. As we go to the half, Rocky Mount 10, Nash Central 7. Folks, we're going to take a quick timeout. By the magic of television, we're going to skip halftime, and we will bring you third quarter action in just a moment here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil and check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Hey, folks, and welcome everyone back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson, coming to you guys from Rocky Mount High School. We're in the press box, thank goodness, because it is windy. I feel great, Luke. I don't know about you. Robbie Morris, maybe not as well.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say we might need to check on our cameraman, Robbie, but he's a consummate professional.
He is a pro. He's got chops. You know that? He's got chops. Folks, you know who else has chops? That's right. Tonight's game sponsors the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and JR's Maintenance Central kicking off into the wind. And there were some big hits down there. Not much of a return from DeMar Mitchell. And Rocky Mount will get the ball to start the second half. Rocky Mount basically did their 2-minute offense, got down the field, kicked a field goal as, well, time had already expired. It was an untimed down to finish the half. But Rocky Mount comes out with a lead, and I think they've got to be happy, especially after the way this game started, Luke.
Yeah, Christian Buck, the kicker, got a little bit of help from a penalty at the end of the second quarter there. But, yeah, very impressed with the aggression and the long drives that this Griffon offense has had.
Hand off, coming around right side, still on his feet. And that was Silver with the first carry of the second half.
Silver, the ball carrier.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Again,
second down.
I keep referencing the Central Southern game just because I think both of us were kind of shocked at how well Central fared against Southern Nash, and I think it's what makes this Rocky Mount offense even more impressive tonight, that they've kind of driven down the field with runs and been able to score some points on a really good Nash Central defense.
Second down, and flags on the play. Either somebody jumped or somebody forgot when the play was starting. The center didn't snap it.
Yeah, I think that was actually number 12, D'Angelo Johnson.
I mean, there will be an offside call. There's some encroachments.
Tyler, this is so cool. Here, Tyler, here's your water.
Contact up front. Sent that into it.
I don't like heights.
All right, Jones, second down and 1. Handoff going right side. That's Battle. He's got the first down. And that'll move the sticks for the Griffons.
With the ball carrier. Isaiah Drawn with the tackle. It is a first down for the Griffons.
The Griffons have a good running game and a little bit of depth at the running back position, but again, this Central defense, I mean, they had their foot on the gas the entire time against Southern, so don't expect them to back off.
Jones, handoff left side. That's not going anywhere. That's going to be a loss on the play. DeMar Mitchell.
DeMar Mitchell, the ball carrier.
Great penetration up front by Nash Central. Man leading the charge there was 21, Oliver Bellum. Bellum is listed as a corner, and they've got him lined up at defensive end. Good speed off the end. And try to go right side, going nowhere again. And that, of course, is Johnson leading the charge on that.
It is third down and 12.
So Rocky Mount's moving the ball well, then back-to-back plays, they get stubbed at the line and lose yardage. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. Griffons got to dial up a play here with 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. They lead at 10-7. The decider at this point, a Christian Buck field goal at the end of the half. Jones rolling out to his right. He's going to try to tiptoe the sideline. He'll run out of running room.
Stephon Jones on the quarterback keeper.
Jones picks up some decent yardage, but it will bring up 4th down.
On 48-yard line. It is 4th down.
It'll be about 4th and 7 from here. See what Battle wants to do. With the wind at your back, you could play the field position game here if you trust your punter. I haven't seen Buckhead out yet. Looks like they're going to stick with the offense.
As I've said a few times, Stephon Jones hasn't had a ton of time when he drops back to pass, but he's made some really good passes tonight. I'd like to see them kind of, stretch out the passing game a little bit. It looks like they might try it here.
Well, they're going to have a delay game, or they're going to have to take a timeout here. Timeout with 8:05 to go. Let's take our quick commercial break, folks. We'll be back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil, check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, 3rd generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, ringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
All right, folks, welcome you back here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Rocky Mount leading Nash Central 10-7. Rocky Mount going to be punting it away here on 4th down. So Buck with the wind at his back. High kick and Central.
Fair catch is called for by number 8, Isaiah Finkley.
Isaiah Finkley calls for a fair catch. He'll take that at the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Looks like there may have been a late flag on that play. Just saw a referee pick up a flag.
right, penalty against Rocky Mount. I didn't see the call.
It looked like I believe another unsportsmanlike conduct against the Griffons.
Sounds about right. I'd like to know. I'd just like to know what exactly is going on to get these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
I'm not seeing anything when they call them, so there must be some talking going on out there.
There's a fumble on the snap.
Fumbled snap. Rocky Mount saying they have it. Just about everyone in blue saying they have it. Let's see what the man in stripes says.
Recovered by the Bulldogs.
The man in stripes says it's going to be second down.
Ball security being a big issue for Nash Central tonight. I don't know what kind of turnovers we saw from them the last time we saw them. Definitely took a lot of penalties. They've got to protect the ball. They're giving the Griffons a lot of momentum.
Jones, handoff right side. Jones to Jones. Javaris trying to go forward. He'll pick up a few yards.
Jarvis Jones was the ball carrier. Tackled by Shamar J. Mitchell. It is third down.
All right, so third down and 9 coming up for Nash Central. Jones fakes. He's in trouble. He's going down. Big hit on Tyquan Jones. Tavares Parker. That's a freshman coming off the end.
Jones is sacked on the play by number 24, Tavares Parker. It is fourth down.
Huge loss on the play. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, to no surprise, number 24, Parker, that's his 6th sack on the season. He led the team with 5 before that play. A dominant player on defense for the Griffons.
Elijah Battle is the deep man for the Griffon.
Punt almost blocked. Good job getting rid of that ball, but it is going to roll dead right around midfield. Carson Tadlock did everything in his power to get that ball off, and luckily for him, he was able to. Obviously not a great punt, punting into that wind, but that could have gone really, really wrong for Central really, really quick. Good job by Tadlock. With 5:42 remaining in the third quarter, Rocky Mount going to get the ball in Nash Central territory, ball at the 48-yard line. Defense comes up big for the Griffons. And now they've got the wind at their back for once again for 5:42. They've got the wind at their back. They need to desperately take advantage of that. Because we have seen when you're going into the wind tonight, it has been very tough sledding for both offenses. That's not to take anything away from the two defenses, but that wind definitely has something to do with it, and you know it.
Yeah, this is a great position for the Griffons right now, and I'm confident if I'm Rocky Mount to put together another drive here.
Toss coming right side. Strachan puts his head down. He'll go forward. He's up near the 36-yard line.
Sam Surratt in the ball carrier. He is knocked out of bounds.
Nice carry by Strachan. I think he's going to have the first down where they're spotting him.
Yeah, a big stiff arm by Strachan on that run as well. Just a tough running back.
Strachan has been extremely impressive carrying the football tonight.
And as you pointed out earlier, playing a few snaps at nose guard for the Griffons on defense too. He's a tough kid.
All right, ball at 36, 1st and 10, Rocky Mount. Jones under center, fumbles the snap.
Fumble on the snap.
Believe Jones fell back onto it.
Recovered by the Griffon.
Folks, we've seen both teams have issues with the snaps tonight.
Second down and 10.
So Rocky Mount subbing out. I'm keeping my eye on number 9, DeAndre Lynch, the big 6'3", 280-pounder. They've got him listed as a defensive lineman and a tight end. Let's see if they're setting up something to run behind the big lineman. Or are they going to throw to him? They'll throw to him over the middle. Lynch up with it. Lynch. Ball comes out on the way.
Jones' pass is complete. DeAndre Lynch. There's a fumble on the play and recovered by the Bulldogs.
And Nash Central recovers it. DeAndre Lynch, it had worked. But suddenly he loses his ball control. He loses his security. Fumble on the play and a big, big turnover for Nash Central as they get the ball back with 4:38 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good play by the Griffons there. I mean, it was a good pass. DeAndre Lynch coming in the big man as the tight end, but you could see he was hanging onto that ball with one hand going through traffic, and that usually doesn't turn out well.
Can't carry it like a loaf of bread. Wonder if he'll be like Bijan Robinson and carry the ball around campus all next week. Hand off, trying to get outside. Not able to get outside is Isaiah Finkley. He tried to stretch it. He'll pick up a few yards.
Tackle made by Jelvis Daniels. Second down and 10.
Well, check it. He didn't get anything out of that. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Hand off right side. Jones. Jones is going backwards. Jones is in trouble. He's going to lose yards.
I think Rocky Mount's doing a really good job, as we said earlier, just sealing that edge, because the speed of Nash Central, if they beat you around the edge, they're gone. We saw that happen a lot against Southern Nash, and the Griffons are doing a great job getting into the backfield and kind of cutting off the holes for the Bulldogs.
Third down and long after the loss. I think Rocky Mount's just faster defensively than Southern was, too. They're able to get to these outsides a little more. Inside handoff, that's going nowhere, drawn.
That's a good point. Yeah, we saw Southern clog up kind of the middle for Nash Central last week, so they kind of had to run to the outside, and then were able to beat them with speed. But you're right, it definitely looks like the Griffons are just faster on defense.
Tackle made by Jelvis Daniels is marked down.
All right, so Tadlock comes out. It is 4th and 17. He's going to have to punt once again into the wind. Rocky Mount does not even have a deep man. They're coming. Almost blocked it again. That's just not going anywhere. After the bounce, ball going to be on the 38-yard line. I mean, really, if you're punting into the wind, why not just sell out and try to get something on it? All right, folks, that's where Central's touchdown came from in this game, was on a block punt in the first quarter when Christian Buck was trying to kick out of his own end zone into the wind.
Yeah, Rocky Mount's going to have good field positioning here again. Let's see if they can put together another drive. They've got to pull together and not make careless mistakes or take careless penalties. You see the big number 9 in again at the potentially tight end position.
All right, so Lynch is in the ball game again at tight end. Handoff. Silver's a ball carrier. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Clock runs. We approach the 2.5-minute mark here of the third quarter. Jones, handoff. Jones keeps. Option, pitch to the outside. Nice job by Mitchell.
Run by number 6, DeMar J. Mitchell. He is out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Mitchell at the 26-yard line will be a first down. Actually went up and over top of one of the defenders.
Yeah, I like watching Stephon Jones tonight. I remember at the beginning of the season, Jason Battle said he's looking for senior leadership. As you stated, the 3-year quarterback starter, Stephon Jones. I've seen him make a lot of really good decisions tonight and kind of lead this offense.
Second man through, Silver. And somebody lost a helmet.
Finally tackled by number 3.
And, oh, folks, we got some tempers flaring on the field. There's already been enough unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this game. If you're Rocky Mount right now, keep your head about you. I mean, you're up, you're driving. Everything is somewhat going your way right now. The last thing Rocky Mount can afford is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Gain of 6 on first down. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Griffons. And off right side, fighting his way forward,
Battle with the ball.
is Elijah Battle. Battle looks like he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and
Tackled by Bellahoe.
2.
It is 3rd and about 3.
Rocky Mount's been putting together some great drives tonight. I mean, I've been impressed with the play calling and then being able to just march down the field. And we've seen through a turnover and penalties, you know, their offensive progress get taken away. So hoping to see them capitalize on a drive here soon.
Rocky Mount splitting 2 wide to the left. Let's see if they're going to go to the air here late. And it looks like Rocky Mount's going to burn their second timeout. So with 32 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Rocky Mount takes a timeout. They'll have it 3rd and 3 here momentarily.
There's a timeout.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
All right, folks, we come out of the timeout. Rocky Mount 3rd and 3, 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, trying to get around right side. That's going nowhere for Silver. Great job by Nash Central getting penetration up front. Isaiah Drawn and Jace Wilkerson dropping for a loss. All right, folks, 4th down. Right now is the decision time for Rocky Mount. And it looks like they're going to take it down. So, honestly, that's going to take away the decision because you're not kicking a field goal into the wind when you switch sides. Folks, we've got 3 quarters in the books. We have a hard-hitting, tough-as-nails football game here at Rocky Mount tonight. After 3 quarters of play, Rocky Mount leads Nash Central 10-7. We'll be back with the 4th quarter on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount, doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil and check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Folks, welcome everyone back on the Jair's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Folks, for the final time, Wes Bradshaw, Luke Robertson coming to you from the press box here at Rocky Mount High School. 4th down, Griffin's going for it. Steph Jones steps up. He's looking. He is going to be dropped short of the first down. Great job of containment by Nash Central. And I don't think that was a design play call for a quarterback run, Luke.
Yeah, I was watching the receivers on that play being covered really well by the Bulldog defense. So credit to Nash Central's defense doing a great job on that whole drive. But still not great field positioning on a drive for them.
All right, so you're Nash Central. You have the entire fourth quarter ahead of you. You trail by 3 points. Offensively, you have not scored tonight. Your only touchdown coming off of a blocked punt that you recovered in the end zone. Central got to try to get something going here. Believe that ball came out. That was a fumble.
There's a fumble on the play recovered by number 11.
Rocky Mount come up with it. And another Nash Central turnover.
Please check your phone. If you're not talking on it right now, you might be missing it. Please go to the ticket booth where you found the phone.
Oh, what a swing.
It's the fourth quarter, and you know what time it is. It's time for your students to call their rides to be here to pick them up when the game is over. So call now and enjoy the rest of the Griffon.
Luke, I don't know what to say about some of this. This has been a bizarre game tonight.
Yeah, I want to give credit to Rocky Mount's defense, as you said, very fast, very athletic, very tough. This is not the same Nash Central team we saw beat Southern Nash.
Oh, Rocky Mount going to get a penalty for having too many on the field. Well, it's going to turn out to be a delay a game. That's frustrating. A delay a game coming off of a turnover.
Yeah, if you're Rocky Mount, this is the drive you have to capitalize on. You've got great field positioning, a great fumble recovery by your defense. You've got to score here.
I believe that's 4 turnovers tonight for Nash Central. Toss coming left. Battle puts his head down. He'll fire forward over the 25.
Elijah Battle's the ball carrier.
Looks like he may be back near the original line of scrimmage.
It is now 2nd down and 11.
Second down, 11. Jones under center. Man in motion is Silver. Jones is rolling out. He's looking to throw. Throws off his back foot. Has a man, but he gets caught up in the air.
This is intercepted.
Interception by Nash Central. Luke Robertson put that one on Hurricane Ian.
Yeah,
Jones had the man in the back of the end zone. He was under pressure, was unable to set, threw it up, but looked like out of his hand. Oh, man, easily plenty of juice to get there, and that ball just hung up in midair.
Yeah, he was facing a lot of pressure there, but I think if you're Stephon Jones, you got to know you're going against the wind, and he tried to get some air under that ball, and tonight is not the night for that. An interception for Nash Central.
All right, Central alive again. Ball back at the 10-yard line. Handoff right side, looking for some run room. I believe that's Rogers. Big run on first down for Central. No, Chicken, that's Drawn. Isaiah Drawn on the carry. And he picks up 20 yards.
Which is a Bulldog first down.
Bulldog first down. Clock runs. So we got 10 minutes to go in this one, and I have no idea what's going to happen. Check it, ball at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, two really tough
29-yard line. There we go.
Two very tough teams tonight. I've been very impressed with both defenses. I think we got to see who the tougher offense is in running the ball here.
Drawn's been the man to run the middle for Central. Drawn going around the left side. There's a flag in the backfield. Drawn's got a first down.
He's out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Flag in the backfield, and that is back in the holding area.
Flags flying everywhere.
And it looks like we've got something going on the sideline, on the Central side. Jason Battle's yelling at his players, trying to get them off of the sideline. Whew. This has been some kind of a football game. It's been turnovers. It's been special teams plays. It's been crazy weather. It's been guys stepping up who we didn't know were there to step up. It's just been a little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, I think as well, you're at a point in the season where both of these teams are kind of trying to prove what kind of team they are. You got a 3-2 Rocky Mount and a 4-1 Nash Central. Both teams kind of trying to prove their dominance, keep a good winning record, and you're seeing a lot of careless penalties from both teams, bad ball security from both teams. I think there's just a lot of energy and emotion surrounding this game. Obviously, homecoming for Rocky Mount tonight as well.
Well, for Rocky Mountain also, they're trying to get their first conference win. Central are 2-0 in the Big East Conference. They technically sit atop the conference right now. Rocky Mountain at 0-1. They're trying to get that first conference win. Oh, boy. Okay, the officials have convened. There's literally no telling what might happen here. Well, now they're convening on the other end of the field. Jason Battle's standing about 5 yards on the field with his hand on his hips. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Looks like it will be a personal foul on Central. Unsportsmanlike on Central.
Two personal fouls and a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, both against Nash Central.
So that's going a long way back. Wow, that's going all the way back to the 7-yard line. Nash Central. The penalties have been absolutely killer tonight for the Bulldogs. Something good happens for Central, and it is quickly erased. All right. First down, and they got to get to the 40. First down about 30? 32? Yeah. Hand off up the middle. Not much doing for the Bulldogs.
Both of these teams tonight have really hurt themselves with penalties. You know, you see each team make good drives, march down the field, and then just get huge penalties taken back 15 to 20 yards. This one might have set the record tonight.
It is second and about 35.
I honestly think there were more penalties in the Southern game. It's just been personal foul. It's just been unsportsmanlike. Backside handoff, not getting anything.
We've also had a lot of time to reflect from the time a flag is thrown to when the penalty is actually called. So maybe it just feels like more.
Gain of about a yard.
Reflections. That's Rocky Mount trying to get to 1-1 in conference play. Will make them 4-2 overall. Folks, currently Franklinton, Southern Nash, Bunn all at 1-1. Roanoke Rapids 0-2. Lewisburg has not played a conference game. Handoff at the middle.
Timeout, Nash Central.
Check it. Timeout, Nash Central. 8:14 left. We'll take it with them.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It, now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil and check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
All right, back from the timeout. Third down and next week for Nash Central. Jones looking. He's going to throw it as far as he can. He's got him out there. Pick!
The ball is intercepted by number 3, Wilkes.
Davari Wilkes playing center field.
The grip on for having first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the best part is Nash Central took a timeout to set that up.
Yeah, we talked about earlier, had not been very impressed with the passing game from Nash Central. I don't hate the play call because I think that's kind of what they had to do there, but kind of a reckless throw by their quarterback.
8 minutes, 6 seconds to go. in the fourth quarter. Rocky Mount with a 3-point lead. Strachan coming around left side. He's got some running room. He's got a block. Puts his head down. Still on his feet. Sam Strachan up to the 31-yard line. Folks, I hate to say this has become one of those games that every play I'm just looking back at the line of scrimmage to see if there's a flag. When there's not, all right, we get an actual football play.
Definitely. And 23, Sam Strachan, we've been talking about him a lot tonight. I love watching the kid run. If I'm a defender on Nash Central, he's not the kind of guy I want to run into down the field. He is tough.
Very tough player. Clock runs 7:45, 15 on the play clock. Rocky Mount got to get a personnel group out there. They're down to 5 on the play clock. Jones has his eyes up. Man in motion. Jones keeper option out to Silver. Silver turning the corner.
Isaiah Silver on the keeper on the option.
Silver with a nice pickup.
He is out of bounds.
Maybe about a yard short. We'll see when they pick that stick up.
Rocky Mount's offense kind of reminded me of Nash Central against Southern Nash. Pretty fast-paced, pretty aggressive. They're just going right at Nash Central, and I love it.
Ten on the play clock as Rocky Mount breaks their huddle. Jones up to the line, surveys. Toss sweep. Strachan coming over left side. Strachan puts his head down. He'll go forward. Out to the 17-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Griffon first down.
I think Rocky Mount's doing exactly what they need to do right now. No need to try to pass the ball. Just keep running it up the middle. They're getting enough first downs to keep possession. Run a bunch of time off the clock and try to punch one in here late in the fourth quarter.
Use the run game if nothing else. You can keep the clock running, even though it's not running for whatever reason at this moment. Handoff Jones, keeper. Toss out to Silver. Silver going to be run out of bounds.
Again on the pitch. He's out of bounds. The ball is at the 17-yard line.
Ball down near the 15. Jones looking to throw. Jones throws. Has a man caught. That's Mitchell. And Mitchell going to be down at the 1-yard line. Quick throw from Steph Jones. Hits Mitchell on the seam route. Gain of 15 on the play, and Rocky Mount has first and goal at the 1. DeMarjay Mitchell.
By number 6, DeMarjay Mitchell. The ball is on the 1-yard line.
Big play by Rocky Mount. Clock runs. We're under 7 to go. If Rocky Mount can punch it in here, Luke, they may have just punched their way to win number 1 in the Big East Conference this season.
Another good pass by Stephon Jones. I know he had that interception.
Hand off. Put 6 on the board, Griffon Vans. That's a Rocky Mount touchdown. Elijah Battle from 1 yard out. And Rocky Mount made this a 2-possession game with 6:32 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Christian Buck in to attempt the extra point.
Bucks in to attempt the extra point. This should be an adventure. Snaps good, holds good, kick is on the way. Bucks got enough, but it is going to be wide left.
The kick is no good.
Wide left had a lot of pressure coming to the middle. All right, folks, 6:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rocky Mount 16, Nash Central 7. We're going to take our final commercial timeout. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of tonight's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh him and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil, check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week, bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
All right, folks, welcome you back on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week. Folks, that ball's loose. Rocky Mount may have come up with that on the kickoff. There is a fight scrum at the bottom.
There's a pile up on the kickoff.
We're still waiting for a signal. Rocky Mount says they've got it. Late flag coming in. I still haven't seen the officials say who's got the football. This game is just devolving. All right, it will be Rocky Mount ball. They recover the kick. Folks, I don't know if it's so much a planned onside kick as it is. That's just how Rocky Mount's having to kick the ball off this season. But they've had 3 kickoffs tonight, and they've been close twice, and this time they come up with it.
I guess if you try it enough times, you're bound to come up with it. I'm sure there's a little bit of strategy behind it, but yeah, this is exactly what you need. You don't even need it. This is exactly what you want. If you're Rocky Mount, you can just run the ball up the middle and run out more clock.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct against Nash Central. So Rocky Mount going to get the ball at the 23-yard line. They have a 9-point lead, 6.5 minutes left. And now they've got the ball in Central territory.
You see penalties just absolutely crushing Nash Central tonight.
Hand off left side. That's not going much of anywhere for Rocky Mount. But you know what right now? That's a great play for Rocky Mount because they're going to run 40 seconds off the clock before they have to run another play. They're going to be at about 5.5 minutes at that point. They already have a 2-score lead. Folks, next week we'll continue our run of Bulldog football. Handoff going right side. Silver trying to cut back. He's going to go down behind the line.
Silver again on the carry.
Folks, you will have week number 3 of Nash Central football as they host the Knights of Northern Nash on Friday. So they will complete their run against the 3A teams in the Big East Conference. Right now, a win over Southern Nash. They are in big danger of dropping a game to Rocky Mountain tonight.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't count the Bulldogs out in any game, given what we saw them do at Southern Nash. They haven't looked like that same team tonight here against Rocky Mountain. And boy, if they have to play Northern Nash, a team we've seen who is very talented, they're going to have a tough stretch.
Jones, keeper. He'll go down at the 25.
The quarterback keeper.
I think right now Rocky Mountain are pretty content to just try to run some clock.
It is 4th down.
I'd just go for it here. I'd just put my head down and run the football again.
Yeah,
I see 21 Christian Buck putting his helmet on. Nah. Nah. We're not kicking nothing right now.
I agree. I'd go for it too. I mean, it doesn't leave Nash Central in good field positioning at all, even if you barely get any yards.
Really? I mean, right now, just take the ball, hand it off, run in the middle, do something. Yeah, you can have a little fun if you want here. It looks like Jones going to throw it. Jones! Oh! He had pressure coming, and once again throwing into the wind just a hair. But he had Isaiah Silver all alone sliding out of the backfield. That was almost a huge play by Rocky Mount on 4th down. But it is an incomplete pass. 4-10, Nash Central get the ball back. Ball at the 25-yard line. They need 2 scores. Jones is in trouble. He's got all kinds of people at him. He's going down in the backfield. Ball popped out, but it goes out of bounds.
Sacked in the backfield.
It'll be a sack for the Griffon defense.
And if I'm Nash Central at this point, I don't even want to see the ball popping out, even if it's going out of bounds. Ball security and turnovers have been such an issue tonight. They've got to take better care of the football.
So it could be an interesting week of practice for Nash Central. We'll see how it ends for them because next Friday, as we said, we head to Nash Central as the Bulldogs host the Knights of Northern Nash.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Wes, but I feel like the game I saw, at least, Northern Nash play, their style is not terribly different from Rocky Mount. You'll see Keno Jones throw the ball, just like Stephon Jones has tonight. And you'll see them obviously run the ball a lot. And they have a lot of big, talented, athletic guys. So if Nash Central's having a tough time tonight, I can't imagine next week is going to be a fun time for them.
So the penalty against Rocky Mount, I'm just going to guess it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because that's kind of what we've seen all night. Gets the ball up to the 40-yard line. Folks, Rocky Mount next week, they end their run with the 2A teams as they play at Roanoke Rapids. Toss coming around the right side. Javaris Jones. And Jones picks up about 5 or 6 yards there. But, you know, we talked about it. Just don't have those outside running lanes. And that just attributes to the speed of the Rocky Mount defense.
Yeah, I think the bigger concern for me if I'm Nash Central is what's the adjustment, because it seems like they're continuing to rely on being the faster team, and like you've said tonight, Rocky Mount's cutting that off. I mean, their defense is faster, their defense is stronger, and Nash Central has to adjust.
Taquan Jones up the line. Handoff going around left side. That's Whitehead. Whitehead's not going to get anything. He might lose a yard. Well, no, they're going to give him some forward progress, so he'll gain a yard. They'll bring up 3rd down. Those Griffons play Roanoke Rapids, and then the next time we see Rocky Mount will be Friday, October the 14th, when they travel to Southern Nash to take on the Firebirds. That's looking like a really interesting game right now. Folks, Luke Robertson, of course, has hit the transfer portal. He'll be on his way out after this ball game. I might have to fly him back in for that one, though. Carry around left side, drawn. So what's your NIL deal, Luke? You got a good one out there?
I agreed to not disclose.
The non-disclosure.
He has a first down. Tackle made by Tamara Parker.
Well, I don't think my snack money's going to keep you around here. So.
37-yard line.
I think an encouraging thing is, like I've said earlier, we saw Rocky Mount play Tarboro in our first game this season. And I've seen a lot of adjustments from Rocky Mount. It seems like they've tightened up a lot as a team, and that's encouraging to see.
Jones threw that ball away.
Pass is out of bounds.
Guess he was out of the tackle box. I didn't see anyone in a maroon helmet anywhere nearby, but I don't expect these officials to understand intentional groundings. Is it unsportsmanlike to intentionally ground? I mean, we can always throw a flag for that, right?
We may have set the record for at least unsportsmanlike conducts tonight. I do agree with you, though. I think the Southern Nash Central game might have been the most highly penalized game we've seen.
Just the sheer number of penalties. It's been unsportsmanlike tonight in this one, though. That's been interesting. Drawn, carry around left side.
Jones the ball carrier.
Folks, once again, clock hasn't started. I think Rocky Mount's probably put about 2 minutes on the clock.
It is third down and 7.
The home clock is definitely not supporting Rocky Mount tonight. I'll put it that way. Inside handoff, looking for running room is Jones. He's not going to get much.
Travis Jones with the ball carrier. Shamar J. Mitchell on the tackle. It is fourth down.
Fourth down coming up for Nash Central. Last chance for the Bulldogs.
Just haven't really been able to, literally haven't been able to get anything going on offense tonight. As we've seen, their only touchdown was the blocked punt. So they've got to go back to the drawing board on the offensive side of the ball.
That wasn't a ball thrown up and almost intercepted, knocked away.
Down pass is incomplete.
And I understand that Davari Wilkes wanted that interception for the numbers, but it was a much better play just to let that ball hit the ground, because that probably saved you about 30 yards in field position.
Yeah, again, another kind of reckless, bad pass from Nash Central. I don't think they have had to rely much on their passing game, given the speed in their running game, but this Griffon team has certainly given them a challenge tonight, and I actually think only allowing 16 points to this Rocky Mount offense is a pretty good showing from the Nash Central defense as well.
Oh, this has been an interesting night here. We are on the beginning outskirts of Hurricane Ian, whatever that's going to make its way across for the weekend. It's going to be a wet weekend, we know that much. But that has definitely played a part in tonight's ball game. The battle carry over the left side. Nice pickup on first down. Rocky Mount just looking to run the clock at this point. But the weather has definitely played into the game tonight. Whether it's been the kicking game, we've seen a couple of balls hang up on throws that have been intercepted. Timeout on the field, folks. We're going to take a quick moment to thank tonight's game sponsors. Of course, we have the Small Shops Mall on 2916 Sunset Avenue, the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside. Check out the Small Shops Mall. Don Bullock Chevrolet, doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet at 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Folks, as we have said in the past, hashtag put it on the grill. And folks, nothing's hotter than a night at Golden Corral. That was our old hashtag on the show, Luke. You didn't know that one. Luke was a youngster when we were hashtag putting it on the grill here on the Game of the Week. But check out Golden Corral, North Wesleyan Boulevard. And, of course, JR's Maintenance, tonight's game title sponsor. Commercial and industrial metal fabrication services. Proud to support student athletes everywhere. or JR's maintenance. All right, so that timeout, minute 40 remaining. Rocky Mount would love to get another first down. They do that, this ball game is over. Hand off, Silver finds his way. He fights forward. First down, Griffons.
Isaiah
Ball out to the 45-yard line.
Down.
And folks, once we get the chain set and get things moving, that should do it for tonight. Central do still have a timeout remaining. At this point in the game, you're down 2 scores. And it looks like Shamar J. Mitchell is going back to about the 40-yard line, which means Rocky Mount should be lining up in a victory formation. And they will take a knee. Let's just hope the tempers don't flare too much here at the end of the ball game.
The victory formation.
Jones downs it. He'll just have to do it one more time, and we'll call tonight. And for Luke Robertson, he'll call it a career.
It's been a good one, a short one, but a good one.
He has burned brightly, like the brightest of stars.
One knee and he's down.
But he has burned out. Oh, Luke, it's a tough life, my man. You did a great job while I had you.
I appreciate it.
All right, folks. Assuming we're not – well, no, never mind. There was a flag down. Of course there's a flag down. I'm guessing that's going to be on Nash Central at this point. Ooh, folks, once again, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, the Small Shops Mall, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and JR's Maintenance. They're going to run the clock. And, folks, with that, I believe we're going to restart that play clock. Rocky Mount does not have to run another play. This ball game is in the books. Rocky Mount goes to 4-2 on the season. Nash Central falls to 4-2 on the season. Central goes to 2-1 in conference play. Rocky Mount evens theirs up at 1-1. And most importantly, you beat the rival. And that's what really matters, is you win the rivalry game. All right, folks, so final score here from Rocky Mount High School. The Griffons hold serve at home 16-7 over Nash Central.
As you exit the stadium, please
and Luke, a really interesting football game we saw tonight. A ton of penalties, crazy weather. I don't know what some of the calls by the officials were in this game, but as long as they can sleep, that's good enough for them. And at the end of the day, Rocky Mount comes out with a victory. Your final analysis, Luke.
Yeah, I think Rocky Mount on both sides of the ball stood out to me. You know, easily their offense did a good job. I love the play calling. I like Stephon Jones' passes tonight. But their defense was really impressive. I mean, they cut off the edge to a very, very fast Nash Central team. Didn't allow them to get the speed on the edge. And also, I think we have to point out, Nash Central took a lot of bad penalties tonight that ended up hurting them in the long run. But overall, very, very impressive, aggressive, and athletic showing from the Griffons tonight.
Hey, you talk about the offense. I'm going to point out that Rocky Mount defense, they basically pitched a shutout tonight. Nash Central's only score of the ball game came after Rocky Mount's first possession where they blocked a punt and basically caught it in the end zone for a touchdown. The Rocky Mount defense pitched a shutout against a team that we saw give Southern Nash all kinds of fits just a few weeks ago, a team that was 2-0 in conference and a team that had honestly been putting up a lot of points this year. And Rocky Mount able to shut them down. That is a heck of a showing from the Griffon defense tonight. Suppose, like we said, Rocky Mount goes 4-2. They're 1-1 in conference play. They go to Roanoke Rapids next week. Central hosts the Northern Nash Knights. That will be the game of the week next Friday at Nash Central. And both teams will reset and see what they can do next week. Hopefully without 30-mile-an-hour winds in their faces. All right, folks, big thanks one more time to tonight's game sponsors. Of course, the Small Shops Mall on Sunset Avenue, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Hashtag put on the grill at Golden Corral. And finally, folks, our title sponsor, JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. All right, folks. Luke, I think I said it last time, but now I really mean it. It was real. It was fun. It was real fun. Appreciate all you've done this season for us, folks. Luke is, let me say it, hit the transfer portal. He's going to be heading out. Don't worry, folks, not taking another high school football announcing job, even though he's going to basically the mecca of it. But I don't know. I might have to put in a word and get him a job out there, maybe in the Plano area, we'll say. Good times, folks. All right, big thanks, Luke. Love you, brother. We'll catch you down the road somewhere. Robbie Morris, you and me, we're back next week, buddy. Robbie, dress warm. Shoot, it'll probably be 80 next Friday the way this world works. Anyway, folks, I'm Wes Bradshaw. We will catch you guys next week here on the JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.
This week's JR's Maintenance High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following sponsors. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2916 Sunset Avenue, inside the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside Small Shops. Trade It, now open inside Small Shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, located at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone.
Hey, Chief, which weighs more, meatloaf or steak?
Steak.
Ham or turkey?
Ham.
Mac and cheese or cookies?
Mac and cheese easily. Let's go weigh them and find out.
Okay. Pound of carrot cake or a pound of ice cream?
Nice try, rookie.
I almost had you.
Not even close.
Why buy from Don Bullock Chevrolet? What we do it better for you, like the lifetime care promise. Just drive into our service department and we'll top off your fluids and oil, check your tire pressure, all while you remain in your car. And in less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's free. Don Bullock Chevrolet is a full-service dealership with service, parts, and collision department. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff help you. On-site, third-generation owned and operated for 105 years. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Fred George, president of Trade It and Small Shops Mall, inviting you to come visit both stores right next to each other at 2916 Sunset Avenue in the Inglewood Square Shopping Center. At Trade It, you'll find the best selection of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Phones, jewelry, video games, computers, tools, musical instruments, TVs, stereos, phone accessories, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And when you come visit, bring some items you aren't using anymore, and we'll pay you cash on the spot. So bring that TV from your guest room, those tools you don't need, that old phone, your old jewelry, or the video games no one plays anymore, and turn them into cash at Trade It. Walk right next door to Trade It and check out the ever-changing merchants of Small Shops Mall, with nearly 100 shops selling antiques, clothing, crafts, Dixie Belle paints, books, toys, computer repair, vinyl records, games, hot sauce, candles, and a lot more. And if you've ever thought of owning your own retail business, talk to our staff about opening up a small retail store here at Small Shops, where there's never a long-term lease and we're open 7 days a week bringing up your sales for you. Locals shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.